that I gave, but we need to debate about it actually, right? Because I gave, so yes, I chose topic.
Ma'am,
So
here have no opponent, ma'am.
yes, you have no opponent. So uh, have you even chose like which side you will take? Like about the first one, that should schools ban the use of cell phones in school or not? From this one.
Ma'am, I can't choose, ma'am. I'm just thought who is my who have my opponent. Then I will talk this uh, national. I have no problem.
All right. All right. So, okay, we will go there later then, I guess, because when others join or maybe something else, right? So, the thing that I will ask you today that uh, today was there, yes, today was Sunday, so you had your classes and all those things. So, what was the things that you did from the time you woke up in the morning and till now, like what were the things that you did or the things that you do regularly? What were those things? Express, Nadim.
Uh, Okay, ma'am. Mm, Today I woke up early in the morning and then I refreshed. After that, I was attending a math class. It perhaps perhaps 1 hours. Then uh, then I was then I ready to myself for academic class, and in that time uh, I took my breakfast and uh, and going to attend the class, and the class uh, had started 9 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. After ending my academic class, I also uh, going to learn computer class, and here I spent 1.5 hours. Then I came back in my home uh, and watching uh, a story, English story. The story uh, name is the story name was The Rich Man and the Poor Man. And after that, I talk with my mother, uh, and right now I'm in this class.
Okay. All right, Nadim. Right. Uh, all right then. So, Nadim, the topics that I asked, I think like the thing that what do you think that for a student, is it a legal thing to accept cell phones while you are in a school, or maybe yes, not of course not when you are in university, but I'm talking about in school until the higher studies. So like no, until you get into the graduation level, is using cell phones or mobile phones, like is it a good thing, or it should be banned from the school for the students? What is your thought? Or should the parents also give cell phones to the students when they are at this level?
Mm, Ma'am, basically here have two things that I thought. And first thing is, um, we all know that cell phone is very helpful for a student, because if we search in Google any kind of information on any kind of uh, get knowledge, we found that very easily. So uh, uh, it's not harmful when he use uh, to he use to proper way, use proper way. But uh, in school time, I think they should not use mobile phone, because in that time, uh, if anyone can, uh, if anyone have cell phone, they cannot uh, attend the class very attentively.
They
And
cannot be
uh,
attentive, Nadine. They
they,
cannot
yes ma'am,
be attentive
they,
to the class.
they cannot be attentive in the class. And in the meantime, they also uh, try to use cell phone, because it's a one kind of habit. So in school time, they have no need to use cell phone, and we should ban, or we should take a step not to use the phone. But uh, in the town perspective, many students are um, attending in an online class, like uh, they they already included in a math or English courses, because uh, next few years, few months later, and mm, they have final examination. So here many students uh, use this phone for this perspective. I think they they should give by for the uh, for using a telephone. But uh, if the student only use mm, for gaming, I think um, I think uh, in this perspective, parents should be uh,
From this perspective,
concerned
not from
from
this
this.
perspective. Mm.
Uh, yes, ma'am. From this perspective, parents should be take step and be conscious with their children.
Of their children. Be conscious with now of their children. Huh? Be conscious of their children. বাচ্চাদের সম্পর্কে. So that's why of their children. Right. And yes, of course, that should be the main concern of any parents, of any school teachers, or any guardians that children have. Is because when we were in like when I was teaching in another, like there is a coaching center that I taught in, and in that coaching center there is a student and who brought his, like, his father phone was there at home, and he used his father's phone, and he used another child's photo. Like he took photo of him without his, like, just the, can I take a photo of you? Then the child said yes, of course you can. The child, that boy was from class 7, and this guy who is like using his father's phone, so he is actually student of class 10. So he's of course a bit elder than him, and 4 or 5 years older than that guy. And using his photos, he has opened a account, open an account, I mean in Facebook, or in maybe many cases, and he somehow he learned how to hack, and by doing that he hacked some of other friends photo, like ID, and maybe he also was trying to like learn about hacking the banks, so he used the other person's name. So then he got, I mean, we caught him red-handed. So after that he didn't, his parents took away his phone from him, and said, we also like made him realize that it's not a good thing to do, it's a very bad thing, you will go to jail if anyone catches you, then it's not a really it's a very bad thing. And a person can also like these the age the crucial ages those boys those boys or girls or whoever the teenagers go through, it's a really dangerous age. So that's why maybe it's also important to not to keep telephones, not to keep phones, cell phones, while talking to if we are like thinking about giving them the phones. Of course they can use if there is a need of studies for any kind of study material, they need anything, then the parents in their on their maybe investigation, not like investigation, be in front of them, that they can use the phone, and after using, they also should not use it anymore. Also the parents, I think the parents should be more conscious while using their own phone, because the children, they get those kind of influences, or they go get that kind of thoughts that yes, I also need a phone, or I will not be able to lead a life without a phone, when they see their parents always are like addicted to phones. So it's not for our generation, but the next generation, the generation after us, they will feel that way, because many people of us within us are really very much addicted to phone. So that can be a real problem for the for that generation. Yes, so that's why I think using mobile phones are not should not be very much a normal thing for the school going students or the teenagers. After they reach a age that how they know they will learn how to use a phone, and what the things that you shouldn't do while using a phone, not to share your personal informations or personal photos, whatever it is. So then maybe the things will get in hand. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. A huge number of students in our country are addicted in gaming, a mobile phone game. So it's really harmful for the student, because if anyone enter uh, uh, in a game, so they cannot understand why he spent hours and hours. So it's really
Yes.
harmful for
Without
them.
realizing it, there is nothing, no kind, not a nothing outcome. There is no outcome of those games. If there was a reason that there are many people and there are many countries that where people children they learn to they learn about games or gaming systems, so that because they want to, so that they can make a gaming app or those kind of things. If it's like for that reason, then it's like okay, then someone is making some gaming trying to learn those games because they want to make any kind of or create any kind of gaming app, then it's all right. But wasting your time for the whole day and night just for, there are many people including my brothers, like my cousins, all I see them that they have been doing nothing, just playing 2 or 3, like till 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning. And what they do, they are not reading, they are not even talking to anyone, they become the social maniacs, and they don't can't even socially relate to others, they can't even talk properly with others. So rather than doing all those things or reading books, whatever, like by the things, by using those things, a person can be more humanic, or a person can be more different, or more like a person, like a real person. Those things they are not doing, and other than that they are like waking up till 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. in the night, and after that they wake up like maybe at 12 p.m. or 2 p.m. And it's such a bad, it actually affects our health a lot, really a lot. And using a lot of phone, it also causes like cancer, like maybe the brain cancer, these kinds of things, they can like occur. So yes, using is of course right, but you should use in a minimal way, like the way in which you are not getting affected, you are not getting addicted, you are not getting any kind of bad rays, blue rays that actually affect our eyes, that affect our brains, all those things, our nerve systems. We should remember those things as well, right? uh, right. So Nadim, the thing that we have been learning here English maybe for more than 4 or 5 months now. So Nadim, you also when you read in school, did you like read like English was your one of your subjects, right? In school?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Oh, like I would like to ask you that did you study in madrasa, or this normal schools that originally like the most of the people go?
Ma'am, basically I changed many institution. Very first, I was admit a black school, and then I also admitted uh, in a
Admitted in,
school.
got admitted in.
I
Yes.
got public uh, school, public primary school. Then I changed my school, and I got admitted in a high school, and then also changed, and I got admitted in a madrasa. After that, I got chance in college, government college, and also right now I'm in a university student.
Yes, I got it. But like, I want to ask you that I don't know about the two madrasas. They like offer you English courses, like the general English, the book. Do they offer, or like do you have to study English
Ma'am,
there? I have no
basically,
idea.
madrasa and uh, high school, there have no difference between those two, but madrasa uh, uh, have extra subject like Arabic. So if anyone uh, can study in madrasa, they Bangla, English, and Arabic uh, learning at a time.
Okay, and all the not the subjects like if we are studying in arts, which means that if we are taking arts, then general science and the like other subjects like history, then civics, then then the logic, or the subjects of home economics, whatever, then agriculture, all the subjects, do they like all the subjects also here, right, in the madrasas?
Yes, ma'am. All the subjects there.
Okay, all right. So actually it's better to study in madrasa, because if you want to learn the Arabic language, then you will get to learn that language and also all the subjects that you need. Yes, it's actually better that way, I think.
Ma'am, basically there have textbook three language like English, Bangla, and Arabic. But when they learn uh, subject, they cannot uh, learn a student proper way because here are
They
three
cannot teach.
different.
Teach.
They
Yes,
cannot
they
teach.
cannot teach.
They cannot teach uh, three languages at a time, uh, and also they cannot focus. So, but if any student got admitted in class very primary level, that means class one, and they can learn three languages at a time. They have no problem because maximum student in our country perspective they got admitted in class six, and that's why they cannot learn in a proper way Arabic. It's the main problem, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Okay. Right. Then, okay, that's the reason. So, like, the thing that I asked you, Nadim, that what do you feel like while uh, learning English from school as your like, oh, the first thing, Nadim, is Arabic your second language or English is your second language? Which one? I don't know. That's why I asked.
Obviously, ma'am, Arabic was the second language, but English also has mandatory subject.
No, not mandatory subject. I'm asking Nadim that the language you are more
Ma'am,
fluent in
language.
after Bengali.
Ma'am, I already said that I got admitted in class six. That's why I cannot learn Arabic proper way. But uh, when I was a student in class six to class 10, I also uh, learn in English language. But I'm a uh, I was a humanities student. That's why I cannot continue my English uh, uh, practice and uh, um,
Into practice. Okay, I got it, Nadim. I got it. But like the thing I'm asking that right now, if I ask you to speak in Arabic or speak in English, which one will you be more comfortable? English or Arabic?
ma'am. Obviously, ma'am, English, ma'am, because
Yes, then.
uh, 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 yes, ma'am.
And what about like writing? While writing, are you more confident writing Arabic or English? Both the things. That's how you can decide that which one is your second language.
Ma'am, obviously, ma'am, English, but I also can write Arabic language.
But in terms of speaking, maybe that's what it's important,
Ma'am,
right?
I read and write here have no problem in Arabic, but speaking I'm a beginner and very few sentence uh, I, I I speak. I can speak, but uh, if you uh, choose me as a second language,
If
obviously I
you want me to choose, yes, if you want me
yes
to
ma'am.
choose.
If you want to choose a second language, obviously I will choose in English language.
Yes, because the way you when you feel that you are you can speak in that particular language better than the other, that's when you decide that it's your second language. Because when you are when you become more confident in that, so the second language, so it is important, you know, it's very well, Nadim, of course you know, that's why you have joined the course or whatever. So while doing the classes in school or in maybe in primary school or in high school, so what, or even in college, the intermediate classes, so what do you think are the main issues, what the main reasons that you like, were there any problems or were Yes, of course. Like there, I can sense whenever I went to school or there were my teachers, they taught us. So they taught us in a different way. So what are the things, Nadim, that you feel that they can bring a change into their teaching process by which the students can gain a better knowledge about English, or they can become more fluent in English, they can get to know, or they can get into the depth of a language, of that language, and they can be fluent in the second language. Because after learning English, there are most of us, we have learned English, we have been like using English in many different ways, maybe for more than 12 or 13 or 14, 15 years. For some people it's 30 years. So what are the main reason that even after speaking for all those years, we can't use the language in a proper way, or the way we speak the Bengali? Why can't we do that? What is the thing, what is the maybe the issue that the teachers can bring change? What were the things, did you ever feel that they could bring a change into this? If they brought change into these things, then maybe we could be a better learner, or we could absorb the language in a better way in schools.
Ma'am, many times I I thought these questions and try to find out what is the problem here, and I got my answer, ma'am. Here is the main problem, that is in our school and even college, they just uh, give lecture, ma'am, in English, and they just read and say, next day your class have this topic, and there have no chance to uh, and they have no chance to practice in English. Only because only they teach our grammatical rules. Uh, Ma'am, মুখস্থর ইংরেজি কি
Yes.
বাই হার্ট?
Yes, yes, learn by heart, learn by heart.
Yes, ma'am. And they also advise us to learn by heart. It's not a big deal to use proper way. That's why we cannot learn in English, uh, and even we passed 20 years or 15 years, uh, we cannot speak one sentence. Uh, we cannot express ourselves in English language. That's the problem. But uh, and also I can say that in our country perspective, all the
Uh,
public university,
from
ma'am.
the perspective of our country, from the perspective of our country, Nadim.
Yes, ma'am. From the perspective of our country, even higher education here, many books have in Bengali language. So this is the another thing that uh, we cannot uh, we cannot spend our time with English. That is the main problem, ma'am.
Yes, we don't give, like the thing we wanted to say, that we don't give much time listening to the language, right?
Yes, ma'am. Not listening, ma'am. Speaking, reading, writing. Reading, ma'am. Reading is sometimes doing, but listening, speaking, and writing,
What,
it's
yes, what
very
do you
rare.
think, Nadim? As a student, even, what do you think? What is the main reason of the fear, like of the students, that there are many students, they actually are afraid about English. They are afraid of English. Afraid whenever there is like there is an English exam, they will get maybe fever in the think of like appearing in the exam hall. What is the reason, main reason that the students are afraid of?
Ma'am, in my point of view, if I can
Abar,
say,
From my point of view, from my
Sorry,
point
ma'am.
of view. Yes.
From my point of view, if I can say that um, in our country have many major subject and only one subject in English and their language in English, but rest of the subject in Bengali. So it is the one reason, and second one is with um, who live in a rural area, they cannot uh, they cannot ম্যাম এখানে বলতে চাচ্ছিলাম যারা মানে যারা প্রান্তিক অঞ্চলে থাকে তারা ওইরকম সুযোগ পায় না আসলে ম্যাম, যেহেতু একটা সাবজেক্টই শুধুমাত্র ইংরেজি, বাকি সব বাংলা ভাষায়।
Like in the, like the people who live in the on the countryside,
Yes ma'am,
people, the students who live in
because
the
ma'am,
countryside.
yes ma'am,
Yes.
because all maximum institution of our country in Bangla medium.
Are in Bengali medium. But even Nadim, actually, this is also not correct because even though you are a Bangla medium student, then also you can learn a second language, and you know what are the like from
Ma'am,
my
if
yes.
if my consciousness is when I was a student of intermediate, I cannot think that I learn in English and I can say I can speak fluently. But uh, uh, when I uh, ma'am, when I passed first and second year, uh, third year I realized that I need to learn English, and many students they cannot conscious about this language.
They are not. Nadim, can you say this in Bengali? The last sentence. I couldn't understand what you wanted to say.
ম্যাম আমি বলতে চাচ্ছিলাম যে এটা হচ্ছে যে নিজের সচেতনতার অভাব ম্যাম। মানে আমি যখন
আচ্ছা।
নিজে সচেতন, মানে আমরা শিখতেছি নিজে সচেতন হয়, এখানে আরো বেশিরভাগ শিক্ষার্থী ওইরকম সচেতন হয় না, কিন্তু যখন সচেতন হয় তখন মানে ওই সুযোগটা থাকে না আসলে নতুন করে একটা ভাষা শেখার।
Mm. So you can say that it's a scarcity of consciousness within the students. It's a scarcity
Yes,
of consciousness within the students, by which a student can that they are not conscious that they should learn a language, learn this language, and they will need this language in their post life, in a huge way. So, but there is no chance that they will get to learn the language in a proper way. So, this is the best time for us to learn this language. Yes.
yes ma'am, but right now the situation is uh, developing because uh, because um, all right now many parents wants to uh, teach their children in English language, because we all know that English is really important for getting a good job, because uh, we all the students uh, they can join and get uh, a government job. That's why their parents and our parents uh, right now uh, conscious about this.
Okay. Nadim, another question. Do you have any idea that whenever you are appearing for any kind of interviews, maybe interviews from government job, not in high school or not in like colleges, I'm talking about maybe the BCS exam. So, do do the candidates need to speak in English, or do like all those things happen in Bengali? the interviews? Do you have any idea, Nadim?
Yes, ma'am. I have an idea, uh, uh, and my elder brother sharing with us his uh, viva, uh, his DCS viva.
His
His
experience
yes,
of
ma'am.
Viva.
His experience, and I asked him uh, that what is the language that you answered. So he speak that very first when he entered the Viva room, they asked in English, and after that, the uh, middle of the uh, Viva time, they asked question in Bengali.
Okay. Like first they like okay. At first they introduce through English, and in the middle of it they changes the language into Bengali. Right.
Yes, ma'am. And many candidates reverse very first in Bengali, then English. And
Okay, they reverse in English. So, like, do you know that there are like, are there many candidates like who has been appearing in the universities, even though they have passed maybe from many universities, because of their unavailability to speak in English, they got rejected from the Viva board. Is there any those kind of things that you heard about? Did you hear about those things? Actually, I'm not living there in Bangladesh, so also as I'm not doing any kind of those kind of government jobs, so that's why I have less idea about those things. So that's why I'm asking. I'm just curious about it. So do you know nothing that there are many that maybe many candidates they also get rejected from the Viva board because of not like being able to speak fluent English? Is it a possibility?
ma'am, obviously, ma'am, here is possibility. Here have the possibility, but I heard that when a candidate
Heard that, Nadim. I heard that. H
heard
E
that,
A R D, HEARD, hard, not hair, haired. It's hard.
okay, ma'am, I heard that many candidates faced in a private company job, Viva, and they rejected. Only because of they cannot fluent in English, uh, but I have no idea about the government job, ma'am, because I cannot uh, uh, listen or heard.
Okay, the opinion. Okay. About the government jobs. Okay, I guess, and but there is one person like my uncle. He is a BCS like cadre. He actually he's a professor of um, botany department in Joshua City College. So, but when he got that job, it was maybe 20 or 25 years ago. So, like that, I don't know if that rule applies is still the same. Like, is it the same thing that applies for the students, for the candidates? That's why. So, Nadine, that the thing that you said that about the fear of within the in the students is the main reason that they don't practice English like properly, and they don't get to
Yes,
yes,
ma'am.
right, Nadine. Yes. So they don't get to practice the language regularly. And the other thing also is that we don't actually, while learning any kind of language, we need to uh, actually hear those languages, or maybe read that language, or maybe speak with others in that language. Maybe that's the only way you can learn the language. Otherwise maybe it would have been a difficult thing to learn a new language for ourselves. It will be really hard for us to learn a new language, or maybe know the like where we should use the proper, how should we use the proper way in which we can write a sentence properly and not mixing up everything together. And that's also a like huge thing whenever you are writing any kind of piece of piece, or maybe any kind of research proposals or whatever it is, right? So I that's the main reasons that I found out after talking to you, after speaking with you. So talking to and speaking with, okay, speak to noi and talk with noi, speaking with you and talking to you, okay. Remember the prepositions here. So right. So these are the main reasons. So of course, we need to each and every day we become more fluent after we speak that very language each and every day. And whenever speaking, whenever learning, whenever reading, we get to know a new language. Actually, the thing that maybe it's a problem with our with the system of our like educational institutions, because here when I saw like there are many students, you know that when I came to join this university, there were many students like in English department, and they actually were very much good in English already. They could speak English and properly, and even they were not from like from English medium. They were from Bengali medium, normal Bengali medium. Still, they could talk in a proper way, in a fluent way at the age that when maybe they didn't even reach 17 years old. So maybe it's the problem with our educational system, because in Bangladesh only Bengali is the it's Bengali is our mother tongue, so we don't need to use any other kinds of languages rather than Bengali most of the times. But in some places when a company they needs to connect with other countries, they need to contact with other countries, then that's when we need to learn a new language, right? So that's why I think the procedure of learning a language which is English, uh, it has not given much effort. We have not given much effort on it. That's the reason I also think that it can be the reason for the language not to be learned, or not, it doesn't get that much learned even after like being a part of it, maybe 12 or 13 or 14 years old, 14 years, right? So mm,
Sorry, ma'am. I have phone call, ma'am.
I got a phone call. It's all right, Nadim. Okay, so then I think the other that as there is no other person here to discuss, so I think that the other topic that I wanted you to debate about, I will skip that for today, and maybe we will. Yes, Nadim. So you will be joining the next class, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. You have submitted your homework already. I saw it. Right. So I think then I will end this class right here, and we will meet at our meet in our next class from. Uh, it's already 8:24. Yes. So we will start our next class from 8:50 to 8:55. Okay, Nadim. I will send the
Ma'am,
link to
you
join the
can.
class.
Okay, ma'am. No problem, ma'am.
Okay. And why are you saying something, Nadim?
No,
Something
ma'am.
else?
No,
All
ma'am.
right. All right. All right then. Okay, so that's it for today's class. We will take out that we will join our next class at the right moment. Right. Bye for now.